Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is Shannon, your sugar mama. We have been super, super busy. If some of you know, I have been in Florida for the last almost 6 months, and it has been phenomenal experience. I mean, just being on the ocean and kind of checking out has been amazing. And it has given me the opportunity to really work on what it is we're offering here with Love to Sugar and the Sugar Show, and it's been really a great opportunity for me to kind of regroup. So speaking of regroup, you are going to see a ton more stuff in this group and in our Sugar Tribe group. So if you are in the Love to Sugar community, you are seeing this. If you are on the page, you are seeing this also, and you need to jump into our Love to Sugar community group. That is really where we're going to be helping you decide if you should sugar, if you're just starting with sugar, how we can help you get better, and really just creating that passion for putting down the wax stick and picking up something that is better for our clients. So I do have my comments up. So if you would like to make a comment, you can today or ask a question. You are more than welcome. If you are interested in learning to sugar, if you are a day spa owner, this episode is specifically for you because our guest is a day spa owner who successfully has added sugar into her treatment menu. So if you're a day spa owner, this is for you as well. And the lovetossugar.com website kind of has everything that we do. So definitely check a look at that. And if you are someone who is a seasoned sugar pro and you've been doing this for a really long time and you just want to grow your business and be a part of this massive group, is what it was called this morning by one of my group members, this massive group and this movement, then I invite you to check out the Sugar Tribe. So as well, I will throw this up on the bottom. I want you to make sure that you check the sugardnetwork.com. And the sugardnetwork.com is, remember, our way of getting the word out in the US and Canada to advertise your business. So if you are a day spa owner, if you are a single sugar pro, a solo, you can jump on there, just claim your profile. So search for yourself in your city and claim your listing because you might even already be on there. And the goal is we are starting to market to the public to put down the wax stick, to ask your esthetician if she sugars and to get them to find you on the Sugar Network. So we just rolled out that ad campaign and we are, in fact, someone saw, they were playing Candy Crush the other day and they saw the Sugar Network ad and figured I was up to something and asked me if that was something I was doing. And it is. And so the Sugar Network is definitely something that you're going to want to check out. So I'm going to hide that. I'm going to hide the plug for the website. And we are going to bring on our guest today. She is an amazing, Kirsten Foss said she's a wonderful woman in our industry. She's a powerhouse. And she's up in British Columbia. And I brought her on because I want you to see the perspective from someone who owns a day spa. You know, those of us that are physically sugaring all day long, we love it. We love lemon, sugar, and water, all the reasons why, right? But why do day spa owners like to add sugaring to their treatment menu? And really, what is her sweet success journey? So I'm going to bring her on right now. This is Candace Lowry. Hello, little mama.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to have this opportunity to speak with you today. Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah, absolutely. So Candace is the owner of the Eden Street Salon and Day Spa. And she is we're just going to chat today. Just so that you can, like I said, get a taste of what Candace experiences day to day. So Candace, share with us, let's first start by talking about Eden Street Salon and Day Spa. So talk a little bit about what your shop is all about, what you offer. Give us a taste of what it's like up there for you.
Perfect. Well, we're on Vancouver Island in BC, so we are somewhat of a destination. There's about 15 employees that work here, including myself, and we offer full service day spa, massage, manicure, pedicures, facials to full salon. So I also have hairstylists that work for me. And the business is coming up to 20 years here, and I've been the sole owner for the last 18 years. So I started young and yeah.
Kudos to you, my girl.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a big job. How did you start into that?
My experience was always in the service industry. So I was involved with fitness, and the previous owner of a fitness club in the community sold it, and I stayed on to manage there. And then she started the spa here. And after about 2 years of running it, it became a little bit not too much. A lot of it, yeah, as we know as business owners, is staff management, HR, those type of things. She was the type of person who loved to create, and once that was created, the day-to-day running of an operation wasn't really what she was passionate about. So I was 28 at the time, and she had great belief in me and knew me for many, many years. And as yeah, I did a business plan, proposed it to the bank at that time, and I bought the business first, and then many years later, probably about 8 years later or 7 years later, I bought the whole building. So I own the building and the business within. So yeah, it's great.
Okay, you're amazing. I really am glad that you're here to chat with everyone because that is its own podcast, right? About how
Mhm.
to be solid in not getting too big too fast, right? You didn't buy the building right away,
No, no.
right?
Yeah.
But you took your time to really expand and see where the opportunity where it was. And I love that you created the business plan
Mhm.
first, which you probably mold and shape every year, kind of tweak it a little bit every year, right?
Well, and actually, ironically, I had no experience in this industry. I'm not an esthetician. I'm not a hairdresser. Just simply someone who has a drive and passion for business and to serve others. So, the business plan was a great thing for me to do because it made me do my research. I was a client that came all the time, but I actually relied a lot on the team that worked here at the time to educate me because I really pretty much had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
When they first
But the
started.
business side you
Yeah.
were really strong in, right? You knew you
Yeah,
had your business acumen for sure. For
yeah, and I
sure.
did some of that in college and stuff, but you really have no idea until you are thrown into it or step into it. A lot of reading, lots of education, and learning from all the professionals that were around me and surrounded me to support me. So, mhm.
Okay, so you're a business owner, you're learning new things every day. Let's go back to however many years ago that you had heard about sugaring.
Yes.
So how did you hear about sugaring and how did that come into your world?
Well, like I think, going to spa shows and stuff like that years ago, many years ago, you would see a little bit about sugaring, but there wasn't that buzz. So, probably about 10 years ago, I started looking into it and searched out someone locally. But then again, not being I wasn't a service provider, so I wasn't in the room doing the waxing and doing the services. And we know when you hire a certified esthetician, they come with only the skills of waxing. So they're not
Right.
trained, at least here in BC, on sugaring. That would be something that is extra that you would have to pay for. So I did the research on that, the cost to educate my employees, the cost to bring in all the sugar pots, all the supplies, the marketing, the education, the belief, the drive to want to stick with it. And the first time I did my research, I chickened out. It became a bit too
That's pretty
overwhelming.
common.
Yeah, and you know what? Me not being in there doing it, I was like, I really needed the support of the team that was on with me at that time, and it just didn't feel like the right moment. So waited a while and then thought, I'm always that type of business owner when I want to do something different. I want to set myself apart. I like to compete, but I like to compete with something that someone else doesn't have that I feel is a superior service. So
Mhm.
that's when I started looking at sugaring again. And then the buzz started. It's huge up in Canada, more in Saskatchewan area, and it's
Mhm.
slowly making its way out to the coast. So I, of course, wanted to be the first person who was doing it and could offer it. So then we started the research on what company to go with, and then also getting the support of the team members I had on staff to make sure that they were excited to try it and want to
Mhm.
attempt to doing it.
How many estheticians do you have on staff that sugar?
I have currently there's four. Yeah. So I have five, but one doesn't sugar. Yeah. So, and a lot of it is it's specific, like you have to have the desire, I mean, you know what it's like if you ever try to educate your staff on something and they don't believe in it, you can't control what goes on in the room. So you want to make sure if someone's sugaring it, they believe in the product, they educate the client, and they're going to offer a great service. So that's most important.
So it probably took a little bit to ramp them all up.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. And feeling vulnerable, especially as we get older and you're learning something new, you want to be good at it right from the beginning.
yeah,
And I did all the education with them. I was there with them. I can sugar myself. I just have never really done services on clients because I'm more focused on running the business. But I could, in a pinch, probably come in and do a service quickly. It wouldn't be flawless, but I know what it's like to want to be good at something to start with. And with sugaring, it is a technique. It takes years of practice to perfect it, and you're always learning better ways, and you have clients that have different body temperatures. You're learning different techniques or tricks and tips along the way. So
yeah.
yeah.
At what point, because you were waxing, you were a spa that waxed.
Hmm.
At what point did you all say, okay, I'm going to put away the wax pot? We only have sugar pots here.
Yeah, well, that is a hard transition because it's either you go, like, at first we thought, okay, we'll have sugar pots and wax pots in the room. But then what happens is the team members that are kind of still not sold on sugar, because you're not there to oversee, then they'll go with the wax with the clients. And to have both of those available, it's just you can't. It's either you
Yeah,
believe in it and you make that jump. And if a client calls and they're like, well, I really don't like sugaring, I want waxing, then you need to be able to speak to them and educate them on the benefits of sugaring. Like, have you tried it? So we would do like a complimentary underarm for someone if we were doing another sugar service, just to introduce them to other body parts. But I pretty much pulled the wax pots and said, sorry guys. And then when we first started, for probably the first 2 months, probably a month and a half, 6 weeks to 2 months, I can't quite remember, I did offer a discount to the guests.
mhm,
With the understanding that the staff were perfecting their techniques and it may take them a little bit longer. And with your understanding, we compensate you with a discount. And
yeah,
yes, I did something like that too.
yeah. So, what is your experience now? Now that there is that buzz, and you have put the wax pot away, and you are a salon spa that sugars.
Hmm.
What are you seeing is the biggest benefit? What I see, because I'm a spa owner as well, is people don't this is like that thing that they always come back to your place for. Like, they come back every 4 to 5 weeks. Are you experiencing that? And like the books are just filled with sugar, and then they do other things?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I mean, it's amazing if you can have a one-stop shop. Why not? I mean, if you can come to your business and you can get your pedicure and your sugaring done, and you can buy a bottle of shampoo while you're here, it all makes sense. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what we're known for, is you can come to this business and you can receive everything.
Mhm.
The biggest following we have for sugaring would be Brazilians.
Mm,
If you've ever had a Brazilian from waxing and then you've had a Brazilian from sugaring, there is absolutely no comparison.
yeah.
It's phenomenal. So we have a huge following for Brazilians. And then half legs are super popular. I mean, full legs, it's a longer, more tedious service for sure, but half legs, lots of bikini, and a ton of Brazilian. Yeah.
Yeah. So, flashback to when your staff was only waxing.
Hmm.
Are you experiencing, now that they're only sugaring, are you experiencing like less uh, issues? So, like lifted skin, having to apologize profusely and, cover your butt with waxing when someone would burn someone, or the wax was too hot or whatever. Are you seeing a big difference in liability as well?
Oh yeah, like I can breathe. I can feel like, yeah, because I mean, you're only removing the dead skin cells and not live skin cells. So usually, if there is ever an issue, it's more of a technique. um,
Hmm.
that would cause more of a concern, but it's never like yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Like eyebrows gone, skin pulled off, upper lip
Ugh.
missing, like all of that too. So,
Yeah, and as an owner, like you said, you can breathe. They shut the door and you don't worry that, you know, there will be there will be an issue. I feel that for sure.
yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, from a janitorial perspective, hey, if you've ever owned a business and you have waxing, it is everywhere. And I mean,
Mhm.
sugar does get everywhere too. We've had it on the ceiling, we've had it on the blinds, on the wall, and it can go flying. But to clean it, it's amazing. Like every morning I was coming in and I was using wax cleaner on the floors, and the smell of the resin and the chemicals to use the products. It's just this is nice. Just warm water, wash, clean. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you. I love it. I love that it's just water and a washcloth, and I'm not getting all that goo gone chemicals to
Yeah.
get it off, and I've got it in somebody's hair and I've got to cut it out, and just quickly wipe it off if you got it in someone's hair.
Mhm.
And I love that from an owner perspective that you can breathe. You can know that the rooms can be cleaned easier. You can, really provide something that you as an owner know is safer, so you can breathe easy. You're not worried about lawsuits and things like that. Because it's hard to have 4 or 5 people under you and you don't know what they're doing. It's different when it's a hair client and you can kind of watch them out on the salon floor, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So share with the audience, the community, um, who you've chosen as your sugar company, and what your experience has been like with them.
Yeah, we're with Sugar Smacks. So, but that was also an evolution on its own. They're the third company that we are now with, and we did our initial education with one company, and they were fabulous. The educator was more of, find your own technique.
Hmm.
Um, my team really wanted more guidance, more structure, and it was more like, just go practice and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So we were left to be a little bit misguided, and we were willy nilly kind of figuring our way throughout it. So that was a little bit of a struggle. I think we probably felt more times of wanting to quit. I wanted to give up because, of course, every day I would be coming in and I'd be pumping them up. Okay, well, don't worry about it. We can do this. Would keep trying and practicing. Which, as a business owner, there's a lot of expense involved with that too, because you're using
Yeah.
product while they're practicing.
Yeah.
So there's that concern. And then we went with a second company. I reached out to them for help, mainly for education, not necessarily for product, because we would at that time really know the difference between easy product or not so easy product to work with. Went with them, and they were more the dictatorship of you need to do it our way. This is the only way. And a little bit intimidating. So
Hmm.
again, with the team members feeling a little bit vulnerable and nervous and stuff, it was a bit more dominating. And then we switched to Sugar Smack. Amazing product. I was brought onto it just by a girl that came into the community, and she was phenomenal at sugaring that I met. And then she introduced me to Jason and Elena. And I went over to the mainland with one of my staff and worked with her one on one. And she was fabulous. So since then, two of my staff have done Zoom education because they're new
Hmm.
uh, with Sugar Smack, and it's worked out great. I mean, they've done the Zoom education, and then we've done in-house practicing with them after, and
Hmm.
they've caught on really quickly. So, and it's an amazing product. The home care products are great. They have a bar for home care that's ground up loofah and
Hmm.
sugar, and it's amazing. So we sell a ton of those. Like Jason, the owner, can vouch that I'm always ordering like 50 bars when I place an order.
Ah, is
Yeah,
that your number one seller, you think?
that for home care. Yeah, it's actually one of our number one sellers actually in the building, to be honest. Because once
Really?
people start using it, even just for ingrowns and for exfoliating, even if they're not continuing with their sugaring, they will still purchase it because it's amazing. Lots of men, their husbands use it.
Yeah.
Legs, arms, back, yeah, anything, bikini line, everything except for the face.
Okay.
easily. Yeah.
And what would you say is your kind of like runner up on the home care on the that you guys easily sell?
Probably their ingrown serum. Yeah, if
Hmm.
someone really struggles with ingrowns and stuff, the serum's great. We even recommend it for men with like razor burn or ingrowns on the face.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good, good. So what formulas do you use? What's your climate up there and what formulas are you mostly ordering?
We use all four. The firm to classic, probably for Brazilians. It just depends on the person's temperature. We're quite, I don't want to say humid here, but we're definitely not dry.
Hmm.
The building is fully air conditioned and stuff like that, which really helps because I could not imagine sugaring in a hot, air conditioned building.
Mm.
Classic, lots of classic when they're first starting out, and then there are some girls that use Lush definitely for legs. So we're
Hmm.
using all of them pretty much. Mhm.
Nice, nice. So what do you see from here? What's next for the Eden Street Spa?
Oh gosh. Well, you know what? I mean, I don't want to bring up the COVID word, but we have come through this quite strong. We were closed down for 2 months.
Mhm.
So pretty much probably just getting back our community in here. We're now seeing people that we haven't seen in the last year that have been putting off their sugaring services or their hair removal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, and another great thing we did sell a ton of was home sugaring kits. So Billy Joe, who kind of is tied into Sugar Smack, when we were all closed down, she actually retailed out to us a box which had a different form of sugar that they could heat up a little bit in the microwave and use a stick and a strip. So for our clients who were unable to get sugaring during that time, we sold a ton of the home sugaring kits just to tie them over until we reopened again. Yeah, and
Interesting.
it's funny, you'd think they'd be wanting to continue with it, but when people try to do a hair removal service themselves, it's super, yeah, they end up just wanting to come here, lie on the table and relax and have us do it for them. So,
Yeah. So you don't use the strip sugar in your treatment rooms?
no, no.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's interesting. So you found that it helped them in lockdown, but it's not like you lost business.
No, and that was a little bit of a worry too at first because I thought, oh gosh, it's the same as in the hair salon with selling hair color and while we were closed. I chose not to do those things. But with the home sugaring kit, I knew um, yeah, it was funny. Like they're like, "Oh, I just put the glove on and then I just scoop it up and put it on." And it's like, "No, no, no. No, you don't get a kit like that because that you won't be able to do that. You'll be sitting there
No.
trying to flick it." And so
Yeah.
we knew
There
people
was a
don't
little
really,
education.
yeah, they don't want to take the time. They'll take
Yeah.
the time to book an appointment and to come in, but to set up at home and there's too many distractions. And so I just took the plunge. And honestly, I haven't had anyone come in and ask for a home sugaring kit. We don't have any left. So
So
yeah,
that was specific just for COVID, as far as you know.
yeah,
Yeah. Good. Good. Because we do want them not. I think people think they can wax themselves or sugar themselves, and it really. I don't even sugar myself. I mean, I do my arms and my legs and stuff,
mhm,
but I can't get the back because I'm not flexible. I can't get my
yeah,
Brazilian. For those people that are flexible, God bless you.
I know.
Uh, but you're right. I mean, they want to come and have that service from your staff. They love seeing them. They
Mhm,
missed that time. So
mhm,
yeah, I think that that's fascinating, and I love that your clients were as patient as they could be, but really waited for you
mhm.
to reopen. And now, I mean, you're probably slammed with people trying to get in and get their color right and
Mhm.
get back to normal.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So that's what I probably see is just us to continue to. We have one junior girl that's started with us right out of school. So
Mhm,
we've been working lots with her to perfect her technique and to grow her confidence and stuff. So
mhm.
it's just to continue to believe in what we do and to
Yeah.
be able to offer. We're the only ones in the community that offer sugaring. I think even the nearest communities, there's no one really around. So if someone's searching out sugaring in the area, we are the only ones that are currently offering it. So it makes
Well,
sense.
there you go. We'll keep on being the powerhouse in British Columbia. I love it. I love
Right.
it. Candace, thank you so much for being a sweet success story,
Oh,
and
thanks, yeah.
you never ever, I mean, I know I never ever would have thought that I'd be interviewed or interviewing for sugar, back when we
Right.
started this, I never thought that would be our thing. And here it is, building our business and keeping those loyal clients. And I love that your spa has really blossomed by bringing it on. And thank you for being patient and not giving up in the very beginning, because as an owner, like you said, there is some expense in bringing on product and
Mhm.
having people try it, but you hung in there, and I would say it was a good decision for you.
I believe so, for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing your experience with Sugar Smack, because we love them. We love that when spas use professional sugar companies and not just try to whip it up themselves. Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
And really educate their staff instead of just trying to figure it out. You really went through the education piece. So thank you for doing that. And
Yeah.
just being an amazing self-aware rock star in our industry. I really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Sugar World, this is your opportunity to ask any questions. If you're watching the replay, Candace and I will answer your questions. I will answer your questions. If you have any specific day spa questions or sugar questions, we are here for you. So feel free to leave those comments in the chat, and we will make sure that we answer them ASAP. Have a fabulously sweet day, and I look forward to interviewing you for your success story very, very soon. Take care.